Hello, thanks for joining me today. I'm sort of smiling to myself because I've just given a fantastic reading for you all but forgot to press record. and I was doing the reading and I actually said, do you know, I really feel like this is a message for me. So it obviously was. So there we go, because none of you got to see it. So let's see what actually is going to be our reading for today. I'm choosing energy cards. So please take this as a message for the week, not just today, as a theme for what we could expect, what sort of energy we could expect. Okay, we've got that one and that one. Wouldn't it be funny if it was the same cards? It's not. It's not. Okay, we've got Deceit and we've got Goddess of the Moon. Oh, that's a bit of a change, isn't it? That's a bit of a difference. But I'm immediately drawn to the fact that this is 25 and this is number 52. Excuse me, got an itchy nose. So I'm just taking a minute because I think when you have a card like this, Deceit, come in, it can immediately put you on the back foot and think, well, I'm not deceitful, that's not me, and you can get quite defensive. I saw this card a few months ago actually in my own cards, and it came out about 3 times over the course of a very difficult week. But I then kind of realised I was deceiving myself in a particular situation. I was trying to pretend that something was okay and it really, really wasn't. Yeah, so then it went away and I haven't seen it since. But what's interesting as well, as I'm actually just reminding myself of that situation, when I got over that, I got that card. So that's actually just a memory for me coming back, which I now feel that I want to share with you. It was like, no, you know what? That wasn't really you. I was acting probably, how can I say this? I was probably acting not as authentically as I could be because I was in a very stressful situation regarding an estranged family member, shall we say. And the minute I clicked back to being me again, I started getting this card. So yeah, it's very easy to fall back into old behaviours or behaviours where we're not being ourselves, and that can be uncomfortable. And I feel that that is really the message for this week, that, you know, let's just assume that you're all this beautiful goddess of the moon and you're the higher number 52. I did say quite a few times in last week's readings actually that chaos and people are still going on in our lives and can drag us down, and I feel that they should be almost like that. That's where we are really quite a lot of the time, but sometimes we sort of get dragged into stuff and have to deal with people that are perhaps not having our best interests at heart, have got their own stuff going on. I'm actually thinking of a book that I read and I recommend to lots of people. It's by a Mexican gentleman called Don Miguel Ruiz, called The 4 Agreements, and I'm sure many of you already heard of that. But if you haven't, put that on your Christmas list and have a read of it. One of the things that the 4 Agreements is to don't take things personally and don't make assumptions, but I feel that sometimes people can behave in a deceitful way because they've got an agenda that maybe isn't in line with you, and if you're trying to pretend that that's not the case, then you're actually getting suckered into it and deceiving yourself as well. I feel that there's an element here of saying you need to be a bit careful, because this person is completely in tune with themselves. If you're watching these, then you are somebody that loves astrology and moon cycles and probably moon bathes and all sorts of stuff like that. But, you know, when you can be your beautiful, authentic self, it's usually either on your own or with people that you know and trust, or probably even people you've never met but have a Facebook page that you go to and just totally connect with those people. It's not necessarily the people that come into our day-to-day life that get us and get this side of us. And I do feel that this is very much about boundaries, and the fact the numbers seem significant, as if to say like 52, 25, it's either one or the other. You can't be both. Does that make? I feel that's the message. I don't understand why that's coming out as the numbers. I don't think it's necessarily the numbers. It's either like two people crossing and never quite the same, never quite in sync. Because even if you write a 2 and a 5, they're almost the opposites of each other. So I feel, yeah, that's the message. It's having to deal with people that are the opposite of you, and perhaps trying to kid yourself that they're not your complete opposite. I think that's, yeah, I think that's the overall message. And you know, sometimes we get that, don't we? I one a lady that does a lot of tarot on a Facebook page that I watch. I think she went to a family gathering and it was Thanksgiving, and she felt like the black sheep of the family, and you know, it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And sometimes that is it, isn't it? We are completely different to our families, and if we try and pretend we're not, that's where the deceit card comes in, isn't it? We're deceiving ourselves. But what I'm getting from this, and I feel that that's a cautionary message and a, you know, be careful message, but always be this beautiful goddess that you are. I think that is another really key message for you. And don't be afraid to look up at the light and just be your beautiful self. And if there are people down here making fun or making judgments, then that's up to them, and good luck to them. But you be this beautiful goddess, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I hope that helps and guides you today or throughout the week or whenever it is that you get to see this message. So I will be back again tomorrow with some tarot. I shall be making sure that I press record so I don't have to do it twice. And I look forward to seeing you then. Have a lovely day. Take care for now. Bye.